So all I'm saying about this slide, now the numbers might change based on what you're doing. It's just that there are zones, right? We want to be ideally for our businesses, whether we're spending money on networking, or we're spending money on Facebook ads, or we're spending like whatever it is we're spending money on, in my opinion, as your mentor through this thing, this is not where the science is. This is the art. If it were me, I'd want to put myself right here. But my experience is that you want to be pressing the line up until you start to be a little uncomfortable with your lead spend. If you are totally cool, oh my God, things are great. I'm making money hand over fist. This is spectacular. Oh my God, I don't even need to do anything. And I'm just getting leads all the time. You are not spending it. You are not making big enough investments in that continuing into the future. However, if you start questioning, is this really worth it? You should probably stop doing it. If it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no kind of thing with this stuff. You want your returns to be so high that you're like, hell yeah, let's keep doing it. And if it's not a hell yeah, it's a hell no. Our time is too valuable. Our money is too valuable. That's how we got to be thinking about it. All right. Now this is going to, now once again, this was written around some Facebook ad stuff. We're also going to be talking about in the context of our spheres. But really, at the end of the day, and I think the lesson is an easy one. Well, actually, it's not. Yeah, I take that back. It's almost, well, Jared, it's not always eloquent here. I'll just tell you that. Sometimes it's choppy. Just in terms of my presentation, that was self-deprecating, not the real estate thing. The moral of the story is this: you need to set a certain amount of time, and a reasonable amount of time whenever you're doing lead generation activities. But while you're wanting to try something and fail, and you got to give it enough time, but you also got to make sure you're not spending too much time before you're like, okay, I wasted a bunch of time and money, right? And so in this case, when we're investing online, most of your test ads can happen within a couple days. If you're not seeing immediate results from some of your Facebook ads, they're probably not very good. Turn them off, right? Unlike some of the things that we need to do, which are less data-driven and a little more qualitative and maybe a little less efficient, right? When we're doing something online like that, we might get thousands and thousands of impressions over the course of a couple of days. If we show something to a couple thousand people, we're going to know pretty well what the odds are that those people are going to want it, right? Whereas if we're making 10 contacts a day, are we going to know anything statistically significant from 10 people? No. Statistics says, if you guys remember, statistics says we need 30 people, right? So like, unless we're talking to 30 people or doing something 30 times, we can't make any statistical things about it. So I would argue you got to spend 30 days calling 10 people, not just talking to 30 people. You got to spend 30 days doing it. And if you don't see any results, now let's talk about it. And so that's kind of how I would feel. The nice thing about Facebook and online advertising is that it allows you to take that 30-day timeline and compress it down into a couple of days because you spend a few dollars to do it. But really anything that we're doing with our daily activities or our daily routine, you got to give it a month. You're going to really stink at it for the first week. You're going to learn a little bit in your second week. You're going to get better at it in your third week. And by the end of your fourth week, you're going to be great. And so unless you're giving yourself the time to learn, just like the algorithm on Facebook needs time to learn and see who the people are that are trying to click on the ads, you need time to learn a skill. So you got to give it 30 days before you do anything else. Any questions so far? No? Cool. With that, I'm going to end it because we just crushed 2 out of the 4 modules that we have. And so we're going to punt this to next week. And so what I want to do next week is we're going to review, this will be a great exercise. We'll review everyone's experience with Sterling and inputting their data over the next week, using the activity planner, getting all set up. We'll start using that for everyone. You know what, Jared, I'll send you the invitation. I'm assuming we're going to be all good. So I'll send you all that as part when I send over the ICA so you can get on and start just digging around a little bit. And then we'll cover the next 2 modules. So we'll finish this one up. And I think we'll be good to go. Heads up, guys, it's Friday. There is no coaching. I have a existing thing, not the emergency that last week was. This week was a known thing. So we're not going to be doing training this Friday. We'll just pick it up again next Tuesday. And we'll talk to everybody later.